Hello and welcome to my channel and some fun topics that cover general life. I hope that you're going to enjoy. Click subscribe button and invite friends, share the channel, and let's grow together. I hope you're going to enjoy your watch time here. Welcome. This is Christy's World. Our topic today is mother-in-laws. In our African setup, mother-in-laws are often associated with wickedness. I don't know, it's the culture, it's how we've grown up. There are so many people who just say that most mother-in-laws are wicked. And I saw a certain post on Facebook that really caught my attention. Someone had written that if you have a mother-in-law who is good to you, then chances are high that her son is not as some faults, something of the sort. Maybe I'm sure I'm not the only one that has ever seen that post, and most people actually seem to agree with the post. So most of them say that's true. Yeah, if your mother-in-law loves you, just know that her son, or aka your husband, is has some defaults or something. And really, now, really, I was like, really? So are we like, we don't believe that they are genuine good people? Like, someone cannot just be good to you. You just believe that if they are, then there's something wrong with their son. Okay. Today I want you guys to tell me if you agree with this statement, because I found it to be ridiculous. I have seen, and also I have experienced, good mother-in-laws and their sons are okay. I have seen that. In my own personal experience, my mother-in-law is awesome. I have an awesome mother-in-law. Like, I thank God for her. And at the same time, her son is good. Her son is awesome. So where does this notion come from? Is it that most people don't have good relationships with their mother-in-laws, and they end up assuming that it is the norm? Is it the norm? It's like we are normalizing. It's like we are saying that it's obvious that mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws do not agree, or they don't go well together. I wouldn't want to normalize that, and today I would love to hear your opinions in the comment section below. Just tell me, do you think mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws do not go hand in hand? Do they don't get along well, or is it just a notion that few people, because the bad relationships seem to be more popularized or advertised than the good ones? Just the same way in life, like we find that when things are okay, things are just okay until one bad thing happens. Then that one bad thing is just overshadows all the other good things. We end up seeing this bad thing more than we are seeing the 90% that is good. In the same breath, I compared it to like the marriages and all these kind of relationships. Most people, the popular opinion is, most people just want to make marriages look like they are just horrible, they don't work, and it screams. That notion is screaming. But in my heart of hearts, I believe that there are good and bad marriages. But the bad side of marriage seems to be so like loud. So it makes most people just end up believing that marriage is bad. Oh, marriage is this, it's terrible. But I want to be, actually, you might find that 70% of marriages are okay, they are good, but the 30% just becomes more popularized, and now it becomes like it's the general opinion, like it's the popular opinion that the marriages are bad. Okay, just a minute, the lights just went off. Okay, now the lights are back, so let me continue with my chat, my discussion. Okay, so I was talking about how in life, mostly the bad side of life seems to like scream. It screams more than the good. The good is just quiet. The good is quiet, but the bad screams. Like for instance, even in groups, in our groups or wherever you socialize in the office, and that that one or two people who are bad, they are the loudest. They tend to be the loudest, and they tend to make the whole group look like this whole room is full of like some BS. Just because the two or one person, the evil ones, or the ones that are just off, they tend to be the loudest. So I do not subscribe to the idea that mother-in-laws are evil. I do not, because I have seen several, and I've seen quite many mother-in-laws who are good to their daughter-in-laws, to their and to the whole family, the other family of where the girl comes from. It's time that we change this notion, and we just learn to cultivate good relationships with our families, with our extended families, with our mother-in-laws, and maybe even the energy that you're giving is the energy that you might end up receiving from her. I'm not saying it's true there are some bad people, just the same way that in the same way you might find your own mother being a bad mother-in-law to someone, and maybe she's a good mother to you. So let's say there are such people, but I do not think they are the majority, and I do not want to subscribe to that notion. So what do you think? I think I went off topic, but I was just trying to relate it to the many other things that happen in our lives. Because okay, like let's look for example, look at the government. Most in our African setup still, we tend to like, most citizens hate their government. They think the government is corrupt. Okay, which is true. It is actually, most of the times the government is the corruption is rampant in African governments. So it's a notion that has been, it's a true thing. But at the same time, if someone in the government does something good that is plausible, it's something that we need to clap for, we tend to still criticize that thing. If someone in the government does something good, we still side eye them, and we think like, oh, okay, why is he trying to be, does he think it's going to be different? Like we've gotten used to this notion and this thing of the government is just corrupt, nothing good will come out of the government. Even when the government does something good, most of the time we don't even see. That is how most of us look at life. We look at the negative side in a very, very, very big way, and it overshadows the good things that we have. How else? I can also relate it to the fact that most of the time we tend to look at where things are wrong, at our misfortunes, but we don't tend to look at our blessings. We don't tend to look, like for example, if I woke up with a headache, I'll just be like, this life sucks, I'm just sick, I don't want to. We'll just concentrate on that bad thing, yeah, even if it's temporary. We don't realize the other beauty of life. We don't realize, oh, but I'm blessed, I have a family, I have friends, I have a home, I have a shelter, a comfortable home where I can sleep well and eat. I have food. I am alive, in capital letters, I am alive. We tend to look at now where the things are going bad. We tend to look at, oh, I am broke. I am so broke. This life, I don't know what's happening. We complain. We'll focus on that negative side and complain. that is, I guess that is human nature, and that's how we are structured. But I think if we learned to look at things in a more with positive mindsets, we would have more peaceful and happy lives. Remember, you don't need to have all the money in the world to be happy, but we can just be happy with the small things that we have, appreciating what we have, just having grateful hearts. In the same case, on that note, I just hope that we will try to cultivate better relationships with our mother-in-laws. We will try to build, just be good. Even if your mother-in-law is not maybe good to you per se, you just be good to her. Maybe over time you realize that she's just reciprocating the energy that you give her. But the moment you go into that relationship with the notion that, oh, mother-in-laws are evil, mother-in-laws are wicked, I don't know how I'm going to even survive with a mother-in-law, I don't know how you're going to really, just go with a positive mindset and show her love, and you might realize that that is actually what most people need. Most people need love. Most people are hurting. Most people just need love, and they just reciprocate the energy that they are getting. Do not wait to be loved, but you can be the first one to show love. I hope my small TED talk was helpful to someone. I had fun talking about this. This is something that I was thinking about for some time. Since I saw that post, I was just thinking, wow. It's ridiculous how we tend to just create some notions, and how I asked myself, what is your role? What is my role in my relationship with that mother-in-law? Am I just contributing to the coldness, or am I contributing to building a better relationship with her? Okay, thank you so much. Tell me your thoughts about this topic. Comment below, tell me what you think, and also suggest other topics that we can be discussing and just helping each other learn. I'm sure you can learn from each other. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, share, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you. Bye.